Amazing Eric Sports. Sports and laughs. It's all love. Ow!
Edmond Taverdyan. See, we chose this music, and I'm talking in this whisper tone, and if this is your first Amazing Eric video, you don't know it, but I'm usually yelling and screaming and crunk by now. But we think something might be wrong, so we gotta start with this. Edmond, are you okay? Edmond, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Edmond? Edmond, are you okay? Are you okay? Edmond, are you okay? Are you okay, Edmond? See, we have to start with the Michael Jackson lick, because we're starting to feel like something might have snapped. Something might seriously be wrong with Edmond Taverdyan. And even though you might want to laugh right now, and I might want to laugh right now, but we're going to hold it together for this video, and we need to keep it right here, because we need to discuss this today. This has to be discussed. I can't believe what I read today. It seems that Edmond is going around. I've seen this from everywhere from Bloody Elbow to MMA Mania, and you see I want to get loud, but I'm going to bring it back in. Edmond is saying that if Ronda Rousey comes back, he thinks she needs to start with Cris Cyborg. He said she needs to start with Cris Cyborg. And not only that, Edmond says he has known all along that Ronda can beat Cyborg because Cyborg is slow. See, when Edmond starts to say these things, we know something is not right anymore. And we have 3 quick points, and I'm going to do my best to hold it together and not laugh, because I know one of 2 things has happened now. Either something is seriously wrong with Edmond, or there's some sinister things going on. He has some sinister plot. Something really bad is going on in his head right now. So let's get into it. Amazing Eric. Let's go, man. Thank you everybody for checking this video out. We're going to get into this. Like I said, we have 3 different points we want to make here as it relates to Edmond and his words that he is speaking now about Ronda fighting Cyborg. We're going to start with point number 1, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. Point number 1 is this. Edmond, you done lost your mind. That's right. Read the wording. The wording was very strategically placed and picked out for this point. Edmond, you done lost your mind. You notice we didn't say, Edmond, you have lost your mind. Edmond, you are losing your mind. We understand and we know that that's grammatically speaking, that's the correct way to say it, but that just wouldn't suffice. And the reason we say this is because if Edmond is her trainer, knowing what she's gone through, knowing how the punches of Amanda Nunes and Holm broke Ronda. Actually, Holm did split and break something within the state of her face. I think it was her lip or something, or her teeth. Something was literally broken in her face. That's what Holm's punches did. Look at what Amanda Nunes' punches did. She brutalized Ronda. Ronda was like, it felt like she was a victim. Watching that fight, I almost wanted to call the police on Amanda Nunes. It seemed like something was, that just was wrong. And for you to say that the woman that both Holly and Amanda Nunes don't want to have anything to do with, the most brutal woman in the MMA, you want to put her in with her next? Edmond, you done lost your mind. What is wrong with you, man? What is really wrong with you? Something is going on here. That is point number 1. Edmond has to have had lost his mind if he would even dare allow Ronda, or suggested Ronda, as he has here, would go into the octagon and fight Cris Cyborg in the state that she's in. Edmond, you also said that you've known all along that Ronda could beat Cyborg, but because Cyborg is too slow. You've always known she could beat her. Edmond, now you're lying, bro. You are telling lies. See, I want to get loud. Bring it back in. Bring it back in. I want to get loud right here. I'm sorry. I want to get loud right here. But I'm going to bring it back in. Because, Edmond, this is how I know you're lying. Cris Cyborg would have been the biggest trophy on the trophy case of Ronda Rousey if she could have beaten Cris Cyborg. That would have taken her from a megastar to a galaxy star. And you and Ronda clearly avoided that fight the whole time. And Edmond, I'm not mad at you. That was smart to avoid that fight. But if you would have always known that Ronda could beat her, you would have fought her, Edmond. You would have done it. You wouldn't wait till now and say you can beat her. You would have fought her and got that over with a long time ago. So we don't want to hear the lies, Edmond. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. What's really going on? Now let's go to point number 2. Point number 2, I'm going to put it up on the screen. This is more of a question for you, the listener. Is Edmond saying this to stay relevant? That's the only other thing that I could logically think here, is that Edmond is saying this maybe, possibly, just to stay relevant. Because Ronda's gone, so now he's gone. We saw what he did with his other fighters. We saw it. We saw him get knocked out. So he is losing relevancy here. Ronda's not fighting anymore. He said he doesn't think Ronda will ever come back. So maybe Edmond just missed seeing his name in the headlines. Maybe Edmond missed seeing Edmond in the headlines. So he said this. He said something so outlandish that we would have to speak about him. Us YouTubers would have to upload about him. The MMA Mania, Bloody Elbow, MMA Weekly, all these people would have to start speaking about him again. He missed it. Is that possibly the case here? What do you guys think? Get in that comment section and let me know what you think about number 2. Because I'm thinking maybe Edmond just wanted to be relevant. And that takes us to our final point. And this is the most sinister one of all. This is the one I am in the most fear that could be going on here. And point number 3 is a thought. Does Edmond now despise Ronda Rousey? Does he now despise her? You know how it is. Sometimes the person who takes you to the top, who takes you further than you ever have been in life, there are examples of this littered all over the world, all over history, where someone takes a person who doesn't really have a name and they become a star, and that person attaches their star to that person. And now the star has fallen. Ronda Rousey, the star has fallen as a fighter. And we hope and we pray that Ronda can come back. But as far as fighting goes, in the MMA, maybe the WWE, there's a chance. I have another video on that, shameless plug here. Go back and look in my history about Ronda Rousey and how I think she can make it in the WWE. It's there. But maybe since Edmond's star has fallen along with Ronda, he now despises her. Maybe he wants her to get in the ring with Cyborg so Cyborg can brutalize her. Because if you think that Amanda Nunes brutalized Ronda Rousey, if you think that Holmes beat her up, and I'm gonna do it again, you ain't seen nothing yet. No, not you haven't seen anything yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Look at it, it's on the screen. It speaks something deeper. If Ronda Rousey was to get into that octagon with Cris Cyborg is saying right now she's not interested. But if that happened, if some kind of way Edmond was to talk Ronda back up into that, Cris Cyborg has a lot of built up anger, anguish, different things she feels toward Ronda Rousey that she would bring out on that girl, and oh my God, would she hurt Ronda Rousey. So Edmond either, number 1, has lost his mind, number 2, wants very badly to stay relevant, or number 3, he now despises Ronda Rousey. And I'm so happy that we stayed in this tone, because I wanted to yell, I wanted to laugh, but I really wanted this to come across serious. You guys get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If this is your first Amazing Eric video, we do combat sports here, boxing and MMA. Hit subscribe. Join the team today. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, man.